Let's take you back to Lee Milner. Lee Milner, looking at how the students are faring ahead of their exams and what they'll do when it all ends, whether they'll stay here in Lincolnshire or whether they'll return home. Who have you got with you now, Lee?
I have got Matthew Hockney, who's 21. He's a biomedical science student from Southampton. And I have Yasmin Coit, who's a bioveterinary science student, who's from Northamptonshire. Good morning, both of you.
Hello.
It's making me a little bit nervous because we've just seen, because we're just sitting in the atrium at the moment. This is like the meeting place for staff and students at the University of Lincoln. And if we look up there, we can see some of the lecture rooms, and we can see a huge queue of students going into the room. And I'm guessing they're starting their exams.
Yeah.
Are you starting your exams soon?
Yeah, I'm having exam tomorrow, so I'm a bit nervous about that. But...
Really? Have you already had a few exams already?
No, none yet. So yeah.
First one tomorrow. How about yourself, Yasmin?
I only got one this year, thankfully, at the end of the week, and I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
Awesome. So, Matthew, you're studying biomedical science. Tell me a little bit about that.
Oh, it's quite a diverse type of thing. It's basically the work in the NHS which the doctors don't do. It's more the lab testing and all sorts like that. On the course we do a wide range from biochemistry to like case studies, medical case studies, so that's quite interesting, quite dynamic.
It sounds quite hard, to be honest.
Yeah, case studies aren't my favourite, but biochemistry is okay. I don't mind that too much.
Now, you're from Southampton. What made you come to Lincoln?
Mainly to get away from the parents.
Good reason.
But also got family who actually work in the media department, and it just seemed like a really nice university from what I've seen, and the campus is really nice. You've got the Brayford Pool just next to us here. It's really nice, and especially when it's sunny like today, it's beautiful.
And Yasmin, you're studying bioveterinary science. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, it's quite similar to biomedical science, in fact, but we basically do everything the vets don't do. So we do it for all different animals. So it's a bit more diverse in that we have to cover a lot more different species and stuff. And we don't really go into case studies as much as they do because we don't have the opportunity in the same amount of time.
Okay, and how have you found it over the past 3 years?
It's definitely been challenging at times, but I found it really exciting and just really interesting. There's been so many details and things I didn't know I would learn, and techniques I didn't know I would be able to develop further, and it's really given me the opportunity to do that.
And you're from Northamptonshire. What made you come to Lincoln then?
Well, there's very limited choice when it comes to bioveterinary science degrees. There's only about 5 or 6 places in the country that do them, and Lincoln's right up there at the top of them, and they said yes, so I went, jolly good, I'll come and see some swans.
Come and see some swans. We've got swans outside at the moment. Big question is, though, are you going to stay here or are you going to go?
Well, I've actually already been accepted onto a PhD, so that's at Bristol, so I'm really looking forward to doing that, and that's in nanomedicine.
Wow,
so, yeah.
Okay. So you're already going to Bristol after this degree here at University of Lincoln. If you wasn't going to Bristol, would you consider staying in Lincoln, or are the jobs quite limited here in the city?
Personally, I would stay because I want to continue my biomedical degree and to go into research, specifically nanomedicine. They just started a new master's course here in biotechnology, so I'll probably stay around. And also, there's a new building coming online, the new Joseph Banks building. And, well, I think once that goes up, there'll be far more research opportunities around here, so, yeah.
That's interesting. And how about yourself, Yasmin?
Well, I've been accepted onto a PGCE at Oxford, so that's where I'm going next year. But if I hadn't, I would probably try and stay into Lincolnshire, because we've got a new building as well, specific animal design building with wonderful array of like getting kennels, stables, research rooms, labs specifically for animal research, and I think it's going to be a real hub in the future, and I think the jobs will crop up as this does, yeah.
So we do have lots to offer here in Lincolnshire for students.
Yeah, I think really the investment and the infrastructure that's going into place here is top notch. They're really pushing themselves forward as a university.
Fantastic. Well, that's really good to hear, guys. It's interesting to know as well whether students would stay or go, and as we've heard there, if they weren't accepted to these PhDs and then going to Oxford, then they would stay here in Lincoln. I've been thinking, Scott, thank you very much, by the way, to Matthew Hockney and Yasmin. Good luck with your exams.